Hey, greetings, friends. Jacque Howard here, and welcome to a special Trenton 365. This is kind of like a PSA. I'm going to be getting more into doing PSAs and more informational things in 2024. So this is kind of the precursor to that. I often talk about how fortunate I am in my life, and while I'm moving around the city and other places, I always run into friends who are doing stuff. And a quick conversation quickly leads me to say, wait a minute. Let's get you on the show and talk about what you have going on. Well, that took place just the other day. I was in 1911 Smokehouse, and which is right next door to the building Hub 13, which is where I am now, which is where I'm recording. And the website for that is hub-13.com. But I was in 1911 Smokehouse Barbeque, owned by the Hallett family, the Hallett brothers. And I was in there having a beverage in between some things. And Bernard McMullan walks in the door. And with that, I mean, our friendship and our relationship goes back many, many years. We've been on the same boards. We've been constant supporters of promoting civic engagement as a way to build a better community via Trenton Trenton Council of Civic Associations, where Bernard has had a leadership role there for quite some time. But on this occasion, we were talking about the Patriots Week Pub Crawl, which is coming up. Now, Bernard, I'd like for you to jump right in. Introduce yourself briefly, talk about some of the boards that you're on, and Patriots Week, and also go in on Patriots Week Pub Crawl, because I've got lots of pictures from over the years of attending them in various places. So introduce yourself and let's talk about the Patriots Week Pub Crawl 2023.
Great, Jacque. It's great to be with you again today. Yes, I am. I'm involved in a lot of things here in Trenton. As you mentioned, I serve on the board of the Trenton Council of Civic Associations. We're trying to revitalize that organization to make it a little bit more effective and helpful to communities and neighborhoods in the area. I also serve as the coordinator of Taste Trenton, a restaurant crawl, if you will, that it happens typically in June. 40 restaurants. You get to go to the ones you want to. They have reduced price and hopefully reduced sized plates, so you can test out food of a restaurant you might not have been in before. I serve with you, of course, on the board of the Trenton Cycling Revolution, and I do a few other things along the way. Right now, I volunteered, or I was asked to volunteer to be part of this year's Patriots Week. Last year, we discovered that for a variety of reasons, the Patriots Week program was not being done at all. We found this out in, I think, mid-October, and a few people stepped up and quickly amassed some of the typical elements of Patriots Week without a lot of funding, and it came off, and people demonstrated that they were interested in coming and participating. So this year, it's a much more organized event, still being coordinated to a great degree out of the old barracks, which is really wonderful. They are in a great position to do so. But they have a lot of participants, including the Trenton Free Public Library, the Trent House itself, various churches, historic churches are opening up their doors for special programming. Of course, the reenactments are occurring on the, I guess it's on the Saturday. And one of the things that people remember, at least I remember about Patriots Week, is something called the Trenton Downtown Pub Crawl. Mm-hmm. And they did it last year, and we're pleasantly surprised to see a good number of people show up. And I was asked to help organize it this year. Now, it's an interesting year because, as you well know, and many people have visited Trenton, many of the downtown alcohol serving places are not open anymore. They have changed ownership. They haven't reopened. There's hope. I keep hearing from different people saying it's going to open up in May or September or whatever. They're just not open this year. So we will be in the same places, many of the same places we were last year. It includes the Lobby Club, who are opening up. That's a special members only club, but they have agreed to open it up that night, and their two top bartenders will be there to host us, so they'll be open first. Secondly, we'll go off to 1911 Smokehouse, which is now developing a national reputation as it opens up at its third place, one in south of here, not Hamilton. Willingboro, right. As well as they've opened up the Newark airport. And so it's really great to see them, Reggie and Maurice doing really successful work there. So they will be opening up for us. In addition, we've gotten confirmation, at least of a great interest, by the new owner of two different places that we all know very well. The Mill Hill Saloon, or now Mill Hill Lounge. I was there last night, just to confirm, guys, you're going to do this. And had the opportunity to look at their new menu. Their new menu, which is online right now, at least it's on, yeah, I guess it's online, is just phenomenal. They have some dishes that are as good as some of the things you see in Philadelphia. Now, their food has already been great anyway. The new owner, Jerry, has really taken on revising the old menu and bringing it up to date, plus adding all these new great dishes in. And of course, they've reestablished their draft beer selections, both upstairs in the main place as well as downstairs in the basement. So I think their offerings well over 30 draft beers now, which is really impressive. And then similarly over at Trenton Social, which Jerry took over about 3 months ago now. He's done some painting and revising and fixed up a few things, so it's looking pretty good. And they're in the process of creating a whole new menu of craft cocktails. So they started introducing those to me last night. I didn't drink a lot, I assure you, but what they were talking about was really cool. A lot of fresh fruit-based drinks. So it's going to be quite nice. So those would be the four places. Now the cost of the pub crawl is not really anything to participate. You just go from bar to bar and pay for your drinks. That's it. I am toying with the idea of perhaps having a Trenton Patriots Week Pub Crawl shirt with the appropriate logo and all that. I have to decide whether or not I can get it printed in time for the 28th, and that's when this is, Thursday, the 28th of December. And it starts about 5 o'clock. We'll continue. We will spend probably 45 minutes to an hour per location. And so you can join whenever you want. You can also, just do your own crawl if you want to cross those 4 places. Or if you have your own crawl you want to take on, go right to it. It'll be fun. But we'll move as a group. It'll be lots of fun. We try to be as safe as we can. We don't encourage people to spend their time driving from place to place or imbibing too much or anything like that. We want to be responsible, and that's always been the case for this event. So I hope you and people listening or watching can join. I think it will be really special. It's a great way to support the city, to get to know, to some degree, some of these new places, that have now changed ownership or changing what they're doing. It's a great opportunity. And in the future, I hear rumors of some more places opening up along Warren Street in the short term.
Yes.
So that would be good. They won't make it for this pub crawl, but they probably will be there for next year and definitely for next year's Taste Trenton. Awesome. But you say an important thing, which is Patriots Week is about celebrating Trenton as an astonishing historic place. Now, Patriots Week is certainly focused on the events of the colonial period through the Revolutionary period and a little bit beyond. Excuse me. However, Trenton is an historic place for all kinds of other reasons. And it's a history that we do not, frankly, exploit very well. There are amazing things to learn about culture, about other elements of the historic arc of the United States here, to learn about frontline in immigration issues as they existed from the 1790s, when there are first waves of immigrants are coming in here. And then it's every subsequent 20 or 30 years. We all hear about, the Italian restaurants in Chambersburg. Well, they succeeded restaurants that were German or Irish from the previous decades. And now they have been replaced themselves by a whole array of Latin American and South American restaurants. And that's the evolution of Trenton. And I think that, and I've suggested this to the mayor, that, Trenton should work at becoming a world-class city in how it deals with immigrants and how we welcome them and acculturate them and allow to be acculturated by them into this ever-changing thing that we call United States and our nation. So there are lots of things to learn in Trenton. Patriots Week is a great way to say, yeah, talk about a founding. This is where we began. In fact, we will walk by, or we'll be right there, where the first reading of the Declaration of Independence occurred outside of Philadelphia. It happened here on July 5th, and the Senate pro tem actually read the entire document to the assembled masses hearing it for the first time. Now, the assembled masses was probably 50 people because Trenton wasn't that big at that point. But that's where it all took place, right here in downtown Trenton and right along Warren Street. So I hope that people can come and join us. It'll be lots of fun.
Awesome. So I'm speaking with Bernard McMullan, specifically about Patriots Week 2023, which is going to take place on December 28th, beginning at approximately 5 to 10 p.m., beginning at 5, going to approximately 10 p.m. or so. You can move around on your own. You do not have to be with the group, although it would be a cool experience if you did, because this is also a networking opportunity where you can meet some folks who are probably not going to be from the city, but some folks who are going to be very engaged in what's happening in the city, and you can share some of your thoughts and your concerns and your experiences about the pub crawl. Specifically, the clubs or the places that are going to be on the list is 1911 Smoke House, the Lobby Club, as well as the newly named and taken over Mill Hill Lounge and Trenton Social. In addition to that, Bernard mentioned something about the Trenton Council of Civic Associations. There is a website for that organization, Trenton Council of Civic Associations. I encourage you, if you are a resident, a business owner, you work in the city of Trenton, to go to the website and check out this organization and hear what they're doing as far as acting as a liaison group between the neighborhoods and the organized associations to the city of Trenton, and the other departments are there. This is oftentimes a missed opportunity for us to gather more information, distribute information properly, and embrace our diversity, which Bernard mentioned as well. Trenton is an opportunity for us to recognize our history. Not only the founding times and the Revolutionary War period, but where we are now and how we've changed, how we've evolved, as he mentioned, going from different demographics, different immigrants who've moved here from different places around the world. And we're still doing that today. It behooves us to take that responsibility and to take it with a charge and say, everyone's trying to do the same thing, enjoy themselves, have some love, have all their bills and things taken care of, and be provided education and opportunity for growth. Well, Trenton has been a mecca for that for many, many years. And what Bernard is talking about with the Patriots Week Pub Crawl is just something that is going to stimulate some people. But the idea is that this is taking place all the time. This city, like many post-industrial cities, have the backbone, the vibes, the history that's needed for us to take and move forward for the future generations. Bernard, I'm proud to call you my friend. I look forward to chatting with you more on other occasions. And I am going to push this information out about the Patriots Week Pub Crawl ASAP.
Sure. And encourage people to go to Patriots Week 2023, or just type that in your browser, and you can see the amazing array of things that are going on. There's a Colonial Ball this year. They've reinstituted that. Capitol Philharmonic is doing its New Year's Eve concert at the War Memorial. This is all part of the celebration, and to recognize that Trenton can be a really cool place to be, because awesome. You and I both live here. That's an indication of that. So good talking with you. Good talking with you, Jacque. Thank you so very much.
You as well, Bernard. As always, friend, I appreciate you. And there you have it, folks. It's just that quite simple. Let's bring each other together. Let's have conversations across the table. Everyone's opinions and ideas and experiences, it all matters in the grand scheme of humanity. I'm looking forward to talking to you. Let's have a cup of coffee, we'll have a drink. Meet me on the pub crawl. Maybe I'll
Right.
buy you a pint if you reach out to me early enough, and then let's develop a relationship so that we can build upon what has already been here, and then pass it on to the next generation, so that we can kind of go off into the pasture and do whatever it is that we do when we get to that point. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to Trenton 365, the community calendar, and the new formed PSAs. Remember, friends, it's always about justice, peace, and humility.